No offense intended, Lieutenant. None taken, sir, Castillo said. Sir, how long did you fly with my father? Wilson looked around the room, then took a seat on the couch and sipped at his drink. About 3 months, Wilson said. We arrived in country the same day. I was fresh out of West Point, and here he was, an old-timer. He had done a 6-month tour in Germany before they shipped him to Vietnam. They put us together with him in the right seat because he had more time. He took me under his wing. He was a really good pilot and taught me the things the aviation school didn't teach. We shared a hooch. He paused a moment in thought, then finished. Became close friends, although he warned me that that wasn't smart. An old timer? Castillo said. He was 19 when he was killed. Christ, I'm 22. I was 22 too, Wilson said softly. A friend of mine told me there were a lot of teenage Huey pilots in Vietnam, Castillo said. There were, Wilson said, then added. I can't understand why he never mentioned it. As I said, I had no idea you existed until today. He didn't know about me, Castillo said. He was killed before I was born. I don't think he even knew my mother was pregnant. I realize this may sound selfish, Lieutenant. I realize doing so would probably open old wounds, but I'd like to go see your mother. May I ask why you would want to do that, sir? Castillo asked. Well, first I'd like to apologize for not looking her up when I came home. And I'd like her to know that I know I'm alive because of your father. If he hadn't told me to... Get the fuck out, Harry. Both of us would have died when that chopper blew up. My mother died 10 years ago, sir, Castillo said. I'm sorry. I should have picked that up from the story in the Army Flyer. It mentioned only your grandparents. Yes, sir, they raised me. I know they'd like to talk to you, sir. Would you be willing to do that? Of course I would. I'd be honored. Well, let me set that up, Castillo said. Then I'll put my pants on. He walked to the telephone on the wet bar and punched in a number from memory. There followed a brief exchange in Spanish. Then Castillo held out the telephone to General Wilson. Sir, my grandfather, Juan Fernando Castillo, generally referred to as Don Fernando, would like to speak with you. Wilson got quickly off the couch and walked to the wet bar. He speaks English, right? He asked softly. It might be better if you spoke slowly, sir, Castillo said, and handed him the phone. Oh, Jesus, Charlie, Miller said. You have a dangerous sense of humor. I remember, Captain Prentice said. Good afternoon, Mr. Castillo, General Wilson said, carefully pronouncing each syllable. My name is Harold Wilson.